Welcome back to another frosty Prairie Sunset Ranch farm vlog. I'm Aaron, and thank you for tuning in, my friends. Well, it is frosty. Good old Jack Frost has set in here on the prairie, especially here at Prairie Sunset Ranch, and he's decided to stick around for a few more days. We thought he was gonna get booted, but he stuck around for another, I think, 2 days we got of this. So I think tonight's supposed to hit minus 47-ish type of deal with the wind chill. So not really all that much of a surprise. We're used to getting some cold weather here. This has been a pretty long stretch of cold. With the real surprising thing about it is it's actually very, very frigid out, and it's snowing. We're getting snow. Like it's really starting to accumulate. You can't see my yard, but the snow is a blessing, yet it causes its problems come winter. You know how it goes, right? It's insulating all the crops, stopping that freeze from hitting the roots of the crops. So I'm okay with the snow. We need the moisture, we need the precipitation, but we don't really need minus 40 some Celsius because that's tough on the animals. So when you talk about cold weather like this, the two things that come to mind are feeding the animals appropriately and water bowls, heated waters. Much like last video, we had a problem with the waterer, but it wasn't the Richie water, it is our huge tire water. So I'm gonna go touch base as to what happened. I'm gonna show you guys. I have footage of it. Go over a couple pros and cons of that big water. I'm just gonna explain to you how it's constructed and a couple things I don't like about it. A couple things that I would change, and let me know in the comment box below if you have any better ideas, because I am thinking of revamping things, especially in the calf and the cow area. So I would love to hear your ideas, suggestions, or if you have something different, let me know, definitely in the comment box. Anyways, we got a lot to cover, so that's enough chit chat, Aaron. Let's bitter, batter, and get at her. Woo! But luckily April was out at work, going to work this morning at around 4:35 in the morning, and she checked the water bowls, bless her. Best wife ever. April, if you're watching this, you're awesome. I know the water bowls are good, but what we got to do is I'm going to show you the finished product of those trained calves in the calf lot. I'm going to warm up the Kawasaki. I have to say, this thing is amazing. Now, if you like watching Aaron freeze his nuts off in minus 45 below weather, remember, hit that little thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and let's get on with the show, peeps. No, this isn't a paid promotion, but this is a best machine I've ever owned. Gonna buy another one for sure. Now, start up old John Deere. She's got to warm up for a good little while. Oh yeah, no doubt. Let's go get some oats and alfalfa. Now, for those of you who are familiar with livestock and cattle, basically what we're doing is we start them off on oats. It's very safe. It's very safe. They're not going to bloat. They're not going to get the crops from it. It's a very good transition grain. It's very safe and it's plentiful on our farm. So that's why I go from oats into alfalfa pellets at a slow rate. I want them to adjust it. Alfalfa isn't really hot, the alfalfa pellets. I'd have to severely overfeed them like a maniac. But they don't touch any of the barley or anything like that. That's just for the mother cows, the senior cows in the back. These guys are going to be getting, well, right now they're getting a 50 to 50 ration of oats to alfalfa, and we're next week, probably in 3-4 days, we're going to transition them to 75-25 alfalfa pellets, and then the week after that it'll be 100% alfalfa pellets in their feeders, in their grain feeders. So there you go. Let's go get some pellets. All right, so gonna pour out these 2 pails. We have to weigh these, but I think these probably weigh 40 some pounds. Okay. They gotta weigh 40 some pounds. where we are. These guys are eagerly awaiting. Well, here you go. So it looks like yeah. All right. They all kind of figured it out. There's always just this one, but they're all going now. Come on, get going. Get going. We added another feeder in here. They all got space. So really like this alfalfa pellets. No wind. You see they're enjoying it quite a bit. Looks like they're actually going for the alfalfa pellets. So that's great. Alright, eat up, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna move on. We're gonna boot them out on our way back after feeding up a couple bales. Because we gotta close this because they go rushing in. Right on. Barely cold out, as you can tell. But you know, that wind is horrible. That north wind is harsh. We're gonna go move the heifer's feeder out of the wind, give them a couple nice bales, and then we're gonna take the cows out back. I put them some bedding out behind where the wind was gonna be today. I was obviously right with the forecast. And then I'm just gonna break up a nice field bale for them, make sure they're looked after well. Well, there's a commotion here at the water bowl. I'm gonna go check on it. Usually that means they're all waiting for water. If there's a lineup, there's really no reason for them to be a lineup right now. So it makes me nervous. Yep, it's empty. Oh, froze. It was frozen. Activated now. Holy. It was fine this morning. What happened is a piece of hay froze right on the corner. Look at that. Can you see that? So I'm talking about right there. That's the problem. They'll not float. Let me check the feeder. It's not burnt out. This is warm at all. Let's see if it's warm. Well, it looks like it might be working. It's pretty hot. Well, I'm gonna give it another one. Not gonna put it in yet, but I'm gonna have one on hand. I gotta check this tonight. I want to talk a little bit about our big cattle waterer, that big tire waterer we have. It really does keep up to our animals, but it has its pros and cons. So I'm just going to touch base as to the pros and cons and the construction and build of it. This one causes me a little more problems because the problems are always bigger. Bigger waterer, bigger problems. Number one, you really got to keep it clean. You got to get, there's lots of stuff floating on. I clean it once, twice a day. Oh, the water heater's upside down. But problem with this water, right inside here, I'm not going to lift this up because it's sealed now. It's got heat in there, heat from the ground because that tube goes way down. But my electronics are in there, so I have shock resistant with a breaker shutoff for surge protection, so it doesn't burn anything out. The pump's in there. I got my heat tape going way down there in the middle. And the one problem I have with this is back over there, you can see that float, the pill float. That pill float sticks to this black tube. So you'll get a piece of straw. It's usually wild or slough hay, longer. And you'll go where that pail is. And right where that little white thing's floating, it sticks to the wall of the black. And you get the float stuck on. So what I'm thinking of doing is getting some smooth plastic to put around here and fasten it on. If I'll have to use this rubber ties, clamps, something. But then that way it's smooth. Maybe it won't sit on the ridge because it's got ridges here and it sits on there, the straw and the feed, and it freezes up, right? So if I didn't have that, then I wouldn't have it not activated because it wouldn't be frozen up. And that's my biggest complaint about it, and the electronics in the middle. If I could, I would much sooner have those electronics somewhere else. We do have a control box right there on that post, and that's not the best place for it either. It should be indoors. I don't know why it's not inside the barn. But when we tear this down, this is gonna be torn down very soon, possibly that too. We're gonna rebuild and have everything kind of placed properly. But this water is great. It's constructed of a big old wheel loader tire, implement tire, and in the bottom, you can see there's cement. So the whole bottom is a cement base, and it's got a couple hooks built in so we can move it around. And we dropped it in, and that's how it's constructed. So it's been a great water. It can water a lot of animals. It keeps up to all our animals, our calf lot, our main herd, and then it'll keep up to a few more animals too in here. So it's a heck of a good water, but it does have its downfalls. So I don't know, as opposed to that Ritchie water, I like that Ritchie water. It's less problems now. Since I've insulated it, I redid all the wiring and elements in it. Now it's fantastic. But the little water isn't going to be able, it wouldn't be able to water all these animals. I don't know, I would have trouble keeping up. That's why we have the big one here. So this big water does serve its purpose. It does what we want it to do. If I had my option, I think the less water bowls, the less problems maybe. So I don't know. That's just my 2 cents. Things I don't like about that water bowl. But Fred, if you're watching this, there you go. I gave you the lowdown on the water. Well, now that you heard some of my pet peeves or issues with my big water, what would you do? Do you have a different type of water? If you're in a harsh climate like we are, what do you have to control the water? Do you just have a pill style float? That's what causes most of my problem, are those pill floats. Maybe I can get a longer one. I'm not sure. I gotta look into options because I got lucky this time. I'm lucky it broke away. That's not always the case. Hey, Panda Bear. Hey, Panda. She's a young girl. Good mother. She's the type of animal that makes you money right there. Doesn't look like much. Has a big calf. Easy to handle. Really easy mother to handle. I love cows like that, but like, look at all that. This was just cleaned. So that's what I'm talking about. It depends what you're feeding them, right? They're getting a little rougher hay now, so there's a lot more, you know, rougher materials. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's what freezes up. Look at this. It's almost identical to what I pulled off there. Swampy grass. So, there we go. You know, it's always a real challenge shooting these videos in this cold. Equipment likes to freeze up, batteries like freezing up in this, but I always have a couple batteries on the go, so. All right, we got the bales cut. I moved the feeder. I just gotta get them out of the way. I gotta go get them a bedding bale. I guess I'm gonna go grab a bulrush bale and bed outside. It's just too damn cold not to. Gotta. I moved, as you can see, I moved this feeder and I kind of fluffed up that stuff on the ground. I'm gonna try to get more with the forks. I'll let them pick at it for a few minutes, and then I want to spread it a little bit over the wind. I want to get them out of the wind. The wind is what's hard out here. You know, they can withstand to the cold, but not the wind. They need a wind block, machinery. probably that'd be my best bet right now. That's a pretty good bale I just gave them. This one's not so good, but they'll eat it. This is a slew bale. But the feeder that I moved had some nice hay in it too, so I'll try to utilize everything we can this year. Can't really pick and choose this year. Leave it at that. Yeah, this is exactly what I would want to use for bedding. Wonderful. So we do have some wheat straw, but I'm kind of keeping that for when we got to bed indoors. When we got to bed the dairy barn, the pole barns, the calving barn, all that stuff. We really got to keep our good bedding for that stuff. The outdoor bedding, I'm trying to use our roughest hay, so like that'd be our marshy hay, our bulrush hay, anything that might be dusty. So you don't want that for bedding. That's not good for anything to breathe in, that dust, us or animals. So we'll break this one up, bed around that shelter. It's supposed to be a north wind all night, so they'll be totally fine there. And then throw whatever's left in the core of that other feeder. And I just pull out of there for next time. So I'll probably use half of this, I imagine, maybe more, maybe you know, 70% of it roughly. Lots of long grasses in there. Might chew on some of that. By the looks of it. We're gonna go take the. I just checked this water; it's good. April checked it this morning; is fine. So I'm not gonna worry about that. I might lock it tonight though. If the wind's coming in from the north, that's when it likes to freeze up. So I might end up going to lock that up at night and. The calves we're gonna just boot out of the their little calf alley, their alfalfa alley. So yeah, no, the wind it's not the cold. The cold I can deal with the cold. It's the wind that's killer. Calves have it the best. They have full wind block all the way around. The calves got to be looked after. You know, they're the ones that they're, you know, everything has to be looked after. But the calves have the best corral area. You want to put in some good wind blocks. There's a few upgrades I want to do here the next little while. You know, I want to upgrade the feeders. I want to do the wind blocks. I really need a new barn on that side. These guys are okay on this side, the heifers, the younger ones, but it's the other side that needs a lot of work. But there's lots of changes coming this year here at PSR, I'll tell you that much. Stay tuned. It's going to be a good year for us, I think. Watch it. Watch it. Watch it. Want to lock them out so we can put in alfalfa tomorrow safely without them trampling us. Out. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Yep. Let's go. 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 Come on. Come on, let's move out. Move it. Move it. There we go. Here, little guy. Move it. Move it. Good guys, good girls. There you have it. Well, just got a big girl out. We're gonna send her packing. She's blimped up. Come on, girl. Here, come here. Here. Come here, girl. Come here. Here. That worked out good. I'm still gonna close up the water bowls because of that mishap earlier today, so I'm just gonna head out. It's probably around it's around 7:30 p.m. so I'm gonna go shut it off. I saw everything was drinking pretty good today after I fed up, so everything should be topped up. We should be good shutting it until morning. I got the kids first thing in the morning, but after I drop them off, I'll go immediately open them up. Had April leave her truck running. She just pulled in the yard from work, so we'll go we'll take the old Yukon. It's brisk out. Nice. I had that scare earlier today. I just don't feel like dealing because I got the kids in the morning. I don't have time to immediately run out there and check them, so I think this is probably my best bet to close it up. Then when I get them to daycare, I can come home and do my chores, check the bowls first off, etc. Hardest part's coming in from a warm house, jumping into the cold outside. It's a nice warm vehicle back into the cold. You crazy sheep out here eating. Maniacs. Close this. They'll end up following me. I don't see any other one. Well, I brought reinforcements. I should have known better. I should never have known better. The rest of that ice will melt off. It'll be toasty in there by morning. There we go, one down. We're not going to close off the other water bowl. I'm just going to trigger it. I'm going to close off the cow side. So the cow side being where all the mothers are. And the bulls. Calves really don't work it much. But those big girls come and drink heavy at night. Drain it just before trigger, leave it. And that's when that float freezes, the float freezes up, doesn't allow it to drop. One of those jobs I don't mind doing when it's this early. I really hate doing this late at night because you come out here, you get all that crisp air, and then you're awake all night. You know, I don't know, at least I find if I get a bunch of fresh air, kind of get me energized, especially at night. Trail here with the tractor. We got a bunch of snow drifted in. Not just a little bit of snow, but nothing too bad. Nothing this big girl can handle. This Yukon's great in the snow. It's crazy. It's a tank. I don't know. Not often I gotta ever put it into four-wheel drive. I think you should fit through here. Oh, nice. It's just a matter of checking. I really want to see if it's steaming right now. That will be a telltale sign if it's working. It's cold enough that it should be giving off some type of steam. Yeah, it's gotta be working. This is where I just close this. So that's all we need to do. Then the cows can't come through here. And blocks it off. Pretty sure they all drank today. Alright, night everyone. Catch you in the daylight. And here they are. They're usually waiting. I would normally be out here first thing in the morning, but I had the kids, I was running late, so I just didn't have a chance. Hello. Hello, my girls. Hello. 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 There you go. Stevie Dreamy. Oh yeah. There, ladies. Okay. Hey, big girl. Hey, hey, hey. Hey. I'm sure the rest of the herd's waiting, the big herd, so we better boot her down there. So this water bowl is fine. April checked it, it's steaming. I can see it steaming right now, so I know it's fine. So it wasn't a heater problem, it's just coincidental that piece of straw, whatever it was, it froze and water's warm, eh? So I got a lot of stuff coming up here. We have to get the calves that are in this group. There's some younger guys. They got to get moved into the calf lot. We as well got to go to the heifer side. And we got to take the heifers, calves, put them into this calf lot. And then I have to set up this area. I have to set up this area for calving. I got to drag in the calf shelter. I might bring another shelter in from the south. And yeah, lots to do here the next, but I was just waiting for it to warm up a little bit. So, right on. Well, that is it for this cold version of Prairie Sunset Ranch. My battery's toast. I'm toast. Everyone's cold. Hey, we got her out of the calf lot. She's not with the calves anymore. She's wondering what the heck's going on here. But anyways, we'll see you next weekend with an all-new Prairie Sunset Ranch farm vlog. I bet you I'll be in a t-shirt. I bet you that heat wave's gonna hit us, right? Later, have a fantastic week. Bye for now.